Hello everyone. In previous session, we discussed about Maven repositories. That is a local repository and central repository and remote repository. We discussed about this in the previous session. And today's session, we are going to discuss about the Linux operating system. Why we require this Linux operating system? What is the need of this? And we will discuss it today's session. Before that, we need to check the Linux operating system introduction. We'll go for the prerequisite softwares. What and all prerequisite softwares which is required for the Linux operating system. Linux is like open source operating system like Windows or Mac, and Linux is a community of open source Unix like operating system that are based on the Linux kernel. What is this kernel? We'll discuss about the separate. Linux kernel in general purpose a computer running many processes simultaneously. So for that we need middle layer to manage the distribution of the hardware resources of the computer. For that we need fairly among all the various processes running on the computer. That is called as a Linux kernel. So what it will do? Basically, the kernel virtualizes the common hardware resources of the computer to provide each process with its own virtual resources. That means I'll show you one example of that so you can able to understand clearly. What is the kernel and why it is useful in the Linux environment? See, if you see this resource diagram, pre-process hardware virtualization. That means where the Linux kernel, so the kernel which will handle all the virtual machines internally. So in a virtual machine, each process running on the separate virtual machine. This is the way where the kernel handles all the virtual resources or virtual machines. Then coming to Linux, Unix is also an operating system like Linux. So, but it is for the commercial version of OS. It is instead of Linux. Unix is the commercial version of OS. It was mainly released in Linus Torvalds, which in the September 1991. It is free and open source operating system, and the resource code can be modified and distributed to anyone commercially or non-commercially under the GNU General Public License. So what does that mean? So initially it was released by Linus Torvalds in the 1991, and anyone can contribute and commercially or non-commercially under the GNU public license. So initially the Linux was created for the personal computers, and gradually it was used in other machines like servers, mainframes, computers, under the supercomputers, etc. So nowadays Linux is also used in the embedded system like routers, automation controls, televisions, digital video recorders, video games, and so on. This is how the Linux operating system was useful. And what is this Linux distribution? We can say Linux distribution. Linux distribution is an operating system that is made up of a collection of software based on Linux kernel, or you can say a distribution contains the Linux kernel and supporting libraries and softwares. Suppose if you say in the real time, I can give you an example like ice creams. There are different flavors are there in the ice cream: strawberry, pineapple, and chocolate. Similarly, the Linux flavors. What it will do, the Linux flavors means in the Linux operating system, there are different versions available based on the user requirement. Generally, we can say Ubuntu, Ubuntu, Linux, Mint, and Debian or Debian, Fedora, CentOS or Red Hat, SUSE Linux, Arch Linux. So this and all are the Linux flavors. So various distributions available. Slackware. So these are the mostly used Linux flavors. So, but in case if you compare with in every Linux operating system, the commands which will be available in the one operating system, it is compared to, it is not equivalent to the other operating system. In Ubuntu is different, Linux Mint is different, Fedora, there are Fedora, CentOS, and SUSE Linux. These are most similar commands which is available compared to other flavors. Let me explain on that. These are the different flavors of the Linux operating system, which will be in the most of the people using the Fedora, CentOS, SUSE Linux, and Ubuntu is it something like it is they are using, but not in the common people. They are not using in this one. These three are the most used Linux operating systems. So as a DevOps engineer, you have to know the Linux environment. Then only you can able to do the build process and deployments and this kind of environment. You are familiar with the deployment management and all. As a DevOps engineer, the primary task is to deliver the deployments and build releases. You have to know the Linux operating system, otherwise you are not able to understand. Everything is based on the command line environment. And what are the advantages of this Linux environment? So the main advantage of this Linux environment is the open source. See, open source. So open source means you are not required to pay any amount. You are not required to pay any amount for using the Linux operating system, and it's free of cost. Can use any, and it is a multitasking and multi-user environment. Linux operating system is multitasking and multi-user environment. Multitasking and multi-user environment. So what does it mean multitasking and multi-user environment? At the same time, multiple users can access and multiple tasks they will do on the same machine. So because in the Linux operating system is different and Windows operating system is different. So Windows only one person can able to access at the multitasking. But in case of Linux, multiple users can access and multiple tasks they can do at the same time. That is the main advantages. And so in terms of security, Linux is more secure than any other operating system. And you know why it is more secure? And it does not mean that Linux is 100% secure because it has malware for some malware, but it less vulnerable, less what it means to say less vulnerable. Yes, that means they are hackers that simply not access this multi user operating system like Linux. It less vulnerable than any other operating system like Windows. The software updates in the Linux are easy and frequent. So software updates, if you want to do any updation in the software, or so that means it was very easy and you can do in a frequent manner. In various software distributions are available so that you can use them according to your requirement as per the your project requirement basis. So it has a large number of community support. So large community support. So you even if you go there and support, if required any support, you can just post it and they will provide the support for any issue related things. And it provides high stability and rarely slow down or freezes. And because it is not mean that it will slow or freeze. So most commonly it will not freeze because it is a so need no need to require to reboot and all. So because that is the thing only, even if it is a short time, not required to reboot or replace OS, and it maintains the privacy of the user. Linux operating system maintains the user privacy and it contains or it supports large number of file formats. It is completely based on the command line environment. Otherwise, if you know the command line environment, then you can able to access it easily and do the operations in the Linux environment. And it performs the task properly even if it has the limited space on the disk. What does that mean? Sometimes in Windows environments, we have seen multiple times if the disk space is low, then it will able to hang or freeze sometimes. But in case of Linux, uh, uh, in case of Linux, that will not happen because even if it is the limited space on the disk, it will do the task properly. There are some disadvantages also there. Disadvantages. Disadvantages. No, it is not user friendly. It is not user friendly. So commonly most of the people they cannot able to understand it. So that's why it is not user friendly. It may be confusing for the beginners, which they were able to access from the very beginning. And it has a small peripheral devices, hardware drivers compared to Windows. That is the disadvantages here. Then we'll talk about the prerequisite softwares. What are the prerequisite softwares? So if you want to do any operations in Linux environment, you have to do the PuTTY. What is this PuTTY? It's a free and open source terminal emulator. So open source and open source and free terminal emulator. Sorry. So what it will do? It can able to support several network protocols, including SCP, SSH, Telnet, or login, and raw socket connection. Let me show you. I has already installed PuTTY in my system. Let me show you what it contains. See, this is the host name. By default port is 22, which you want to connect with EC2 instance or Linux environment. See the connection types which are able to support PuTTY, raw type, telnet, or login, SSH. SSH by default port is 22 and serial. So these are the connection types which will support, and there are some configuration also in every terminal. There are other settings, and we can see that later point of time. And other one is WinSCP. WinSCP. What is this WinSCP? WinSCP. So this is called as a SFTP client, open source, and it is a open source SFTP client. What is mean by that SFTP client? It's free SFTP client, and it supports multiple environments like FTP client, Web DAV client, S3 client, and SCP client for Windows. What it will do? The main function of the file in SCP is the file transfer from local to remote computer. If you want to transfer any files from the local environment to the remote computer, you have to use the WinSCP tool. What it will do? PuTTY, it will do the terminal emulator, which you have to perform the Linux commanding or Linux based operating system. So these are the main uses of the PuTTY and WinSCP. These are the prerequisite softwares. Then we will discuss about the Linux file structure, Linux file structure or directory structure. What is this Linux file structure? Normally we can say in Windows, there are folders are there. In similar way, in Linux, and directory structure is there. So let me open my Windows operating system and show you one example for this directory structure, how it is. See, in Windows environment, we have seen the multiple drives